Although ChatGPT is a valuable tool that can perform a huge variety of tasks, there are some limitations to be aware of to use it effectively. Inside ChatGPT, all of the magic happens inside the large language model. The LLM interprets the prompt and generates relevant text in response, based on its understanding of language. To understand some of the limitations of ChatGPT, we'll first need to delve a little deeper into how the LLM works. Imagine we've been shown a large and complex building block wall, and then we've been given a new incomplete wall that we have to finish off by copying patterns in the large wall. This, in essence, is how ChatGPT works. When developing ChatGPT, the LLM was shown a huge amount of text data, which is like the large building block wall. From this data, it builds its understanding of the structure of language by looking at the frequency and order of words, which are like the differently coloured building blocks. The data that the model learns from is called the training data, and the sheer amount and variety of data used to train ChatGPT is a large part of its success. The model itself used complex algorithms to detect these language patterns in the training data, and it was fine-tuned through iterative processes that included rating the quality of the responses. So when we provide a prompt to ChatGPT, it is essentially trying to complete a building block wall, using its understanding of the training data to generate the words that are most likely to follow the prompt. This leads us to our first limitation. ChatGPT was trained on data up to a certain date, and the model isn't connected to the internet or other external sources, so it isn't aware of events beyond this date. Another limitation is potential bias in the training data. ChatGPT was trained on a massive text dataset from a variety of sources, including books, articles, and websites. But this data could contain biases. The model may learn these biases and produce biased responses. ChatGPT has the ability to build on information and context from earlier in the conversation, so follow-up corrections can be made. However, if the topic of the conversation shifts multiple times, ChatGPT can struggle to keep track of the context and generate inaccurate or irrelevant responses. A good rule of thumb is to keep a conversation to one topic and create new conversations for different topics. Another common issue when interacting with ChatGPT is hallucination, which is when the model confidently tells us inaccurate information. This often occurs when attempting to go beyond ChatGPT's knowledge cutoff or abilities. In this example, we asked ChatGPT to summarize the LinkedIn profile at this URL. Instead of telling us that it isn't able to open URLs, ChatGPT confidently provides a summary of entirely false information. Let's now discuss a limitation on what the user can do. Consider this situation. We asked ChatGPT to write a new song in the style of our favourite artist. ChatGPT generates a song that resembles the style of this artist, based on the song lyrics that were present in the training data. But who owns this new song? Is it the user that wrote the prompt, the artist that wrote the original lyrics, or OpenAI, the owners of ChatGPT? It's easy to fall into one of these legal grey areas if the use cases of ChatGPT aren't properly scoped so that ownership and legal implications are well understood and accepted. We'll discuss ownership and privacy in much more detail later in the course. Understanding these limitations will help inform how we can use ChatGPT effectively and responsibly.